Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I've got a bit of a different video today. I'm on my phone. Hopefully I'm going to be getting a phone clamp so I can put it onto a stand so I'm not using it by my hand. The phone quality is good. I just need somewhere to make it stable. But anyway, today I'm talking about something as a manga collector or a future manga collector. You are going to most likely, I would say, give it about a 95% chance going to run into, and that is out of print, or OOP as it's called, out of print manga. And this is probably one of the most rarer volumes I own at the moment. I have a couple others, but this is probably one of the most rare volume I own. But even if you don't think OOP will matter to you, because you're only going to be buying things like Bleach, Naruto, One Piece, I guarantee it'll sneak up somewhere. Like, for example, say you're wanting to collect Gintama. I don't actually know if that's out of print. Let me get a different example. Say if you're trying to collect Battle Vixens. I don't know why, don't know how that's mainstream at all. It's not. I'm just using this as another example. But the first few volumes aren't that expensive, but there'll be one volume that will be 20 odd pounds, and that's not much. Oh, another good one is a Future Diary. That's £20, £25 a book. It's one of them things that as a manga collector you're gonna have to deal with. It'll pop up when you don't expect it. You think a series not going to be that expensive, it will be. Especially anything Tokyo Pop is only going to go up in value nowadays. No matter how many reprints it's got, it's still only going to go up in value, because once it's being bought and people aren't selling it anymore, there's less on the market. It's going to go up because they're out of print. Dark Horse don't like to reprint their manga at all, so they're normally one-shot pony. So if you get a Dark Horse thing, they normally go up in price straight away, or after a couple months. In my days of collecting manga, I've run into it a couple times, and it's put me off buying the rest of the series. One of them was Strawberry 100%, which I was lucky and found a deal for, because Volume 4 is worth quite a bit the last time I checked. 20 odd pounds. Yes, it's not that expensive, but it's one of them things like, when you have so many books to buy, it's disheartening to continue the series, because you know that £25 you could buy the other 4 volumes you need to complete another series, or you've got 4 other volumes or 4 other series you want to start, and you know with that money you can start them. But then you know it's not only going to be that one volume that's going to be expensive. There are going to be multiple down the road. I think it's one of them things like, you've just got to be prepared to spend money. Manga is not a cheap hobby in the slightest. You can be one of them people who only buys off eBay, but then you're not supporting the companies who print the manga. And it's like Vinland Saga. I'm going to be picking that up soon, because I want to show support, and apparently it's very good. But you could buy them off eBay. Like, you could buy Vinland Saga off eBay, but that's not going to do, I think it's Kodansha. It's not going to do Kodansha any good, because they're not getting any more money for the volumes. So, and then they only go up in price because they're not reprinting them, because they're not selling. You've got to be prepared to buy expensive series, or you've got to be prepared, like, and this is going back a bit, but saying how it's an expensive hobby, you've got to be prepared to buy series. Like, say if you wanted to collect Gantz, you're going to have to start off with volume 1. You can't just not buy it, because there's no point of having every other volume except the ones that cost 20, 30, 40 pounds, because there's no point. Yeah, you could buy them all and then buy these when you want them every other month, that's fine, but if you don't plan on buying them at all, there's no real point of starting the series. I was thinking about buying the rest of Battle Vixens, and it found out some of them, it's going to cost me about 30, 40 pounds to buy 3-4 volumes, and while I will pay for them eventually, they're not on my high priority list. And this is what I'm saying. The main whole topic, is it worth buying or starting series that are out of print or expensive and going out of print? My honest answer, as someone who's been collecting for years now, it depends. It depends on how much of a fan you are of the series, how dedicated to the author you are, to manga in general, So some people are highly supportive of series, like people who love Gantz might buy all the volumes of Gantz because they love the series. For someone who's like me, who's got the first two and I've seen like the others are worth another £30-40, it's not worth it for me. I'd rather not own Gantz at all than have to buy series at 30-40 volumes, single volumes that are going to cost me £30, as well as another couple £100 for the rest of the volumes. It's, in my opinion, not worth it, and that's why I'm getting rid of these now, because otherwise, if I have them, I'll want to buy the rest of them, and I just don't see myself doing that ever, buying any more volumes of Gantz. I mean, it was a good anime and all, but I don't think I'm dedicated enough to buy it. Anyone who's starting a collection, I think it's a bit of a ramble. I don't know if my point's gotten across very well, or if all the points I've wanted to get across have gotten across, but I feel like someone who wants to start manga really should. Like, supporting manga is the best way to support the industry you like. Yeah, the anime as well is a great thing to do, buy the anime, but no one does. People buy the manga. That's a different topic. That's a different topic completely. It's just one of those things, like, I feel manga is one of them things that, like I said again for the 5th time, you've just got to be prepared to buy the volumes. In my opinion, I'd stick to series you like. I wouldn't go out of the way to buy series that are expensive just because they're expensive for bragging rights. There's no real purpose. Like Berserk, that's the original print is expensive, but there's no point going out and buying them if you don't like the series just to have it in your collection to be like the other YouTubers who have them. It's just like, if you can't afford the volumes and if you're not that dedicated to buy them, I mean, it's 34 volumes of £10 a volume at the cheapest. I'm not paying £340 for a series that I might not like. Out of print manga is one of them things that it annoys everyone. Like, for example, Code Geass. I've got volumes 1 to 4. That's great, it's an expensive series, it's worth 60 quid, I got it for 10, great. But the next 4 volumes is going to cost me £300 to buy. For 4 volumes, even more. I'm not doing that. Code Geass is one of them things which will just stay at volume 4 for me. I'm not spending an extra £400 on a couple volumes of manga. I can't do it, I can't afford it. If anyone can afford it, then great, go ahead and buy it. If you love that series that much, do it, go ahead and buy it. That's great. There's nothing you can really do, it's just a case of whether you're a dedicated manga collector or not. If you're someone like my mate Luke, shout out to Luke, who just buys them at Comic-Con, then I think you've got nothing to worry about, because if they're selling them at Comic-Con, that's fine. Or box sets go out of print as well, but normally series that gets box sets still have manga that is constantly reprinted, like Dragon Ball 1 and Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. The box sets like £250 each, but the manga itself is still being reprinted, so it's not that much of an issue. Or if it's at least been printed so much that it's not that expensive. It's just, I don't know, I feel like I've rambled on to the point where this is not really worth anything anymore, this video, but I just felt like I needed to get this off my chest, man. Like, the out of print manga, I think it's just one of them things, like, it is going to pop up in your collection. You won't know when. You don't know if a series is going to be expensive, that you think you bought the first 5 volumes for really cheap, and then suddenly the 6th volume is £30 and you're almost finished, but it's so expensive you don't know if you should continue or not. And it will come up in random places and you won't expect it, but like again I've said for the 7th time, if you're dedicated to the series, you should continue buying them. It's good for the companies, it's good for not bragging rights so much, but to be able to say in your collection you've got an expensive series. And I think people have just got to I don't know how to word it. This is a problem of not talking good, not being shit at English. I think out of print manga is probably the same sort of thing as autographed copies of CDs, or no, probably not, or like collector's editions of DVDs or things like that. Once they're expensive and you really like a series and you want to splurge, there's something like that. You need to be. You could get them for cheaper, or you could get other things. But if you want that series that bad that you're gonna pay a couple £100 for it, I think it's just got to be something you've got to be confident about being able to put the money in, because once you start, I can guarantee as a collector, it's hard to stop. It's really, really hard to stop. Once you collect the first volume and you get hooked on the story, that's it. It's game over. If it's expensive, as long as you're someone like me who finds it hard to sell the books they don't like, and you still collect it one through to the end, just in case it gets good, then it's rip rip your banks, rip your wallets, hide your wallet, hide your purse, whatever. If you're like I said, if you're like me, then it's hard just to stop halfway. It's hard to stop after the second volume. When you find out the next one's really expensive, I still want to buy it. Unless it finishes with being out of print, I'm buying the next volumes. I just need to. But really, that's all this video is. It's a little bit of a ramble about out of print manga. I don't know if this will be in like my buying guide that I want to do eventually, and I don't know how I've gone with the way I've done this. I might have done this in the way of pictures on screen just taking text, or I've just used the wobbly camera, but I don't know. I just feel like it's something I had to get off my chest, because it bugs me. It bugs me when I get into a series and it's expensive and I can't do anything about it. I got lucky to find this in the lot for £60 with other volumes, but I don't want to buy the next volume. The next volume's £23, I think. And then a couple later it's another £23, and a couple later, and a couple later, and it goes on. And I just don't think I have it in me, personally, to be able to buy these expensive series and enjoy them, because I don't think I'd want to ever... I don't know what I'd do with them. I mean, once I had them, that's great, but then when you're selling them on, you know you're not going to get your money back. Like, yeah, they might go up in price, but they get to a point where people don't want to buy it that much, and then you're left with a series that's cost you £70 to buy one volume, and you're not going to get any money back. Even though it should be worth £200 by now, no one's going to buy it. I think the moral of the story is, like I've said a couple times, if you're gonna get into something like Gantz or Berserk or Code Geass, you've got to be prepared for it. You've got to be prepared. In general, you've got to be prepared that OOP, out of print, is just the bane of everyone's existence. It really sucks. It's the same with figure collectors as well. If you're wanting a figure, it goes up in price, and if you really want it, you've just got to be dedicated and buy the figure, even though it's going to hurt you for the next month. I don't know, man. It's mixed feels, because I'm gonna be buying out of print manga for some series that I'm gonna finish off, like I said, Battle Vixens or Strawberry 100%. I think is pretty expensive, but I think there's got to be a place where you should be drawing the line. I don't know. It's just my opinion. Feel free to comment how you feel about out of print manga. Whether you're one of these people who would spend that much money on the manga just because you like the series, or you're more of a practical person, or more of a person like I am, who would buy cheaper series, not cheaper series like the other series you wanted. Like for me, instead of buying the third volume of this, I'd rather buy the 3 volumes of One Piece that I'm missing, or 4 volumes of One Piece that I'm missing, because it works out cheaper, and I need the other volumes as well, just as much of this, maybe even more, and this just gets pushed down to the bottom of my list, you know? Like, I have no urgency to buy the next volume of Gantz, even though I'm hooked on the story. I'm hooked on One Piece, I'm hooked on this series, and that series, and that series, or that cover looks good, I want that as well, but then this is also expensive, but then for the price of the next volume I could buy this, and this. So I don't know. I mean, the prices of manga, especially if those of you who live in the USA, and the books are like even more expensive, like $60. I guess it works at the same price, but I don't know how people get paid in America. So it might be the same, like $7 an hour, or it might be more. I don't know. But yeah, anyway, just a little video, I think I've been doing this for 12 minutes now. Just a video about me rambling on about out of print manga. But yeah, guys. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna go. My throat's all dry, and as you can hear from the crackling, or not crackling, but the dry sounding voice that is my voice right now. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna disappear. I'm gonna put this in rubber wrap because this is sold now. A quick update. This is sold. I've taken it down off eBay. I haven't. Gumtree. But yes, I will see you guys later in my next video, which should be in a couple of days, because I've got some plans in the work with my manga manga collection video. It's almost been 1 year since I uploaded that video, and my gosh, a lot has changed. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.